All right, my minion. Here we go again. Rev that engine up. Rev that engine up. Here we go again. Another glorious, fantabulous Monday. What I want to discuss with y'all is the difference. There's personal, and then there's kind of work, business, and professional. Personal, professional. Personal, professional. Personal, professional. The problem is many people cannot separate the two, especially at work. People want favors. People get promoted over others. People make rank over others. And they can't separate the two. That's a problem. It really is. I know some people who, they're at work, they're just business. They're at work. You don't know nothing about their personal life. You know, they rarely do you see them smile. You know, I know a person at work right now, and people think, you know, he's an asshole, and they think all this, but he's not. Like I understand where he's coming from. Like we've had the conversation, and I kind of got to see a personal side of him, and like it shocks people when I tell them like he has pictures of his kids hung up in his locker, you know, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, he does smile. But there's personal and there's professional. You know, there's work is work, and work doesn't always have to be serious at the time. But far too many people, once they see you relax at work, they don't want to take you as serious, or they think you're joking around all the time. You just decide work is work. Outside of personal is personal. There's a difference between the two. I'm quasi the same way. Most people know Agent Patterson. Most people know Officer Patterson. Y'all have kind of gotten familiar with who Anthony is, you know. But I'm at work, people, they know Officer Patterson, they know Agent Patterson, Investigator Patterson, whichever hat I'm wearing at the time, you know. Owner of Nemesis Group Patterson, you know. Very few people know Anthony, as far as, you know. Very few people at work, I want to say, know Anthony. And I'm not necessarily serious all the time, but I'm also not how I am outside of work while I'm at work, you know. And I fine line it. Well, why is that? Because there's times when people can't separate personal from professional. All of a sudden they want to say, I'll give you an example, I make rank, I get promoted now. Maybe me and a person started at the same time. We came up together and I get promoted over, but now he's trying to start taking advantage of that, coming in late. So he's got excuses, calling off sick when he's not sick. And I'm not talking about, you know, everyone needs a mental health day. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but, you know, people don't push the envelope or get in trouble and start lying to you about it, or get in trouble and try to pull favors and try to get you to cover for them. You know, now that person's putting me in jeopardy, putting my job at jeopardy, putting my professionalism, integrity, everything at jeopardy. Because they can't separate personal from professional. I'll tell people quick when they're asking me, like, don't ask me to do questionable favors for you. Do we all need help? Absolutely. We all need, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing a favor for a person, but don't do something don't ask me for a favor that's going to jeopardize my damn job. Because I actually first ask the person, you know someone in your life is doing that, ask them right now. If I get fired, you're going to pay my bills for me? No? Then that's the answer to your damn question.
Even if they will pay your bills, so they shouldn't be putting you in that position anyways. But, oh, excuse me. But that's the thing, you know. They don't want to, giving orders. And then remember, and there was also nepotism, which is a fancy word for playing favoritism. They will start asking you, expecting you to give them the best assignments. You know, that's why a lot of times when people get promoted or they make rank, they get moved into a different division or different department or a different shift or whatever to prevent that. Or people will start seeing it. You're not making them do as much work as others, or assignments are changing, whatever the case is, or they're basically start expecting that. So look out for that. You got to be able to separate personal from professional. And vice versa, it goes the opposite way as well. So we'll call this person Jeff. If Jeff does something at work, I'm a supervisor, I got promoted. Jeff does something at work, I got to reprimand him for it. Regardless if he's late on a deadline, he forgot something, whatever. And I got to reprimand him for it. And then the next day I see him outside of work, he's got an attitude because I had to reprimand him. Like, no, that's business. That's the work. Then it's personal. When we clock out, it's different. But while we're at work, we're at work. You need to maintain that professional relationship. Don't take that shit personal. It was work related. You're not reprimanding him for something, don't bring your personal shit to work and then obviously reprimand them, but it wasn't personal, it's business. I've got to deal with it a lot at work. Anytime I got to interact with someone, the moment I have to tell them no, they're breaking the law, they're breaking the rule, whatever the case is, and I've got to intervene. People take that personal. For me, it's not personal. I got a job to do. I'm gonna do my job. And for the most part, no exception now. I do believe in, obviously situational, case by case. But it's not personal. So understand that there's personal and there's professional. And if you care about a person, separate the two. And don't put them in that position that's going to compromise them, either personally or professionally. But you got to understand there is a division. And understand I've had to let some friends go professionally. It just wasn't working out. For the most part, they understood. And it wasn't personal. We still hang out to this day. We still have fun. We still talk. It's not personal. It was a professional decision that I had to make, not a personal one. There's a couple that had to part ways with, and we haven't spoken since. It is what it is. But I look at it as their problem. You got to be able to, and I understand sometimes it's easier said than done because teams become like a tight-knit group, sometimes even as close as family, and those of you law enforcement, security, military can relate to what I'm saying. But it's not just that. There are business groups and business teams. They work on projects day and night. People, law firms and whatever. They're constantly with each other, or even talk to people who are on TV shows they go years and years and years on. They're a tight-knit group. They're with each other all the time. They basically become a family. So oftentimes it's easier said than done. But if you can't separate the two, can't understand the two, then there might have to be one or the other. And you need to decide that quickly. Because things will go off the damn rails quickly. So, personal, professional. Understand the two, separate the two, and don't take the professional personally. And don't bring your personal issues to work and use work to resolve the personal issues. Again, separate the two. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. We could debate about whatever. Share with me your point of view on this. But thank you for being here. As always, have a good one.